Stacy Clark here, owner and general manager of Unlimited RV. As racers, we know how important time is. Not bad, kid. 5 seconds faster. As racers, we know how important reliability is. At Unlimited RV, we have lifetime warranty, so you know we've got you covered. At Unlimited RV, we offer nationwide free shipping, so you don't have to waste your time getting into the RV or motorhome for your next big adventure.
Sure, everything's made of something, but time and sweat is what puts it together. And it's that relentless application of effort against the clock that created everything around us. The BFGoodrich HD terrain tire is engineered to tackle the extreme situations heavy-duty trucks are met with head-on, because downtime can't exist when there's a job to do. Time isn't something to marvel at. It's something to be seized. It's a tool we put firmly in your hands. BFGoodrich, what are you building for?
Voted Yuma's best new car dealer, Alexander Ford is treating every day in November like Black Friday. Check out our new products like Bronco, Maverick, and Raptor arriving daily. Choose a 2023 Explorer and get as low as 0.9% financing. Browse one of the state's largest selection of Super Duties. Scan this code and go right to where the deals are at BillAlexanderFord.com. Plus, take a test drive and get an Amazon gift card. It's Black Friday every day at Alexander Ford. A difference you can count on.
All right, everybody, welcome back. It is 12 o'clock here in the Pacific time, 1 o'clock down in La Paz time. So the race is running on La Paz time, Mountain Standard Time. It is now 1 o'clock. That means it's time for another Fishgistics update. Are you guys having fun so far? This race is only beginning. We got a long way to go. We already got some drama going on. A couple bad things to report. We got a couple bummers, major bummers here. Cameron Steele and Ryan Arciero are out of the race, it sounds like, with a blown engine. So that is not good for the number 16. They had a great run going. They were right up there with the leaders. They may have even been ahead on time in a couple spots. They had a really good run going, and they're out with a motor issue. So bummer for those guys. Also, the number 70, the Concrete Motorsports, Harley Lettner, Kevin Thompson team with Jesse Jones driving this time also. They are out with a blown tranny. So definitely never good when you blow a tranny. Bummer for those guys, and hopefully they come back next year strong, and it happens, right? There's motors and transmissions are pretty common, not as common as it used to be, but they do still happen. So long race to go, and lots can still change, but those guys, it sounds like, are both out of the race, unfortunately. So going over to this screen, we go check and see your leader is still Bryce Menzies. So he started first. He has been out front all day, and he is still leading. In second place, it is actually going to be the 10 once these trackers update. See, Amputia's tracker hasn't updated for 6 minutes. So Amputia, second place of the 10. Then we have in third place is actually going to be the 1. So that's going to be Luke McMillan there, I believe. Polvardi may actually be up there because we did see Polvardi come by. So the 91... This tracker is a little bit back, which is kind of weird. I think the 91 might actually be up here, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, the 23, it's the 23 is behind the 10. We know that, and we know that the 1 is behind the 10 also. So I believe the 10 is going to be second, and then these guys are going to be third and fourth. And I think the Polvardi might be up there a little ways, but we'll have to wait and see on the tracker. Tim Herbst, that's your first two-wheel drive truck now that Cameron's out. Both Dave Taylor and Tim Herbst are your top two-wheel drive trucks. So all these other guys up here are all in Mason all-wheel drive trucks. So it'll be interesting. There is still a little competition for the two-wheel drives right here. We got a couple of them staying in there pretty close. Also right here, check this one out. The 33 Roberto Romo Jr. That is Luke McMillan's old two-wheel drive truck that he's won a few Baja races in, to say the least. And that 33 is actually having a really good run so far today. The 87 is up there. Andrew Myers is up there. in the 69, and that is Andrew driving right now. Adam Householder is going to be getting in this truck around the Bay of LA area, and then he will take it to the finish. So Adam teamed up with Andrew Myers for this race. They both have Herb Smith two-wheel drive trucks with Joe Gibbs engines in them, or with the big Gibbs engine package that a few of them have. So that's going to be a fast truck to watch throughout the day also. And then we have the number 9 here, Ethan Ebert. This is the new Honda entry. They're the only ones with a V6 in this class that I can think of. They have a twin turbo Honda, it's actual Honda engine, V6 in there. So it'll be interesting to see how this Tisco truck does. It's a full Tisco trophy truck. It just has a V6 engine in it because that's all Honda makes, really. So that's what's going on there. And let's see, we just got a good running order for you guys. So, okay, so the 89 is the one that is not tracking correctly. So see the 89 right here. They're the entry that is not tracking. So through mile 275, which is right where they are. So right here, it was the 7 was first. So perfect. The 7 was first. Then the 10, Ampudia, was second. Third was Rob Mack driving Luke McMillan's truck. And then fourth was the Dan McMillan truck being driven by Josh Daniel. So that is your actual running order. So the 7, 10, 89. So sorry, after the 10, the 89 is right here, Walser. And that is Christopher Polvardi driving the number 89 right now. So once again, it's the 7, the 10, the 89, the 1, and the 23, your physical running order through race mile 275. Thanks, Chris, for sending us that. So there's your update. The 89 is the one to keep an eye on throughout the day. You can see the tracker's grayed out and it hasn't worked. That's Christopher Polvardi driving. He is running up front with these front guys right now. So we'll keep an eye on the 89 throughout the day. And anytime you guys get splits like that, thank you, because it's very helpful when the guys' trackers aren't working like this. We would not know that the 89 was up there unless you guys said that. So we did see them come through on the score feed earlier on their live feed. We saw the 89 come through, and they were a little bit confused too because the tracker's not working. So it's not exactly the next truck that you're expecting to pop up there. So always got to keep an eye on that when we're looking at trackers. And they've been disappearing a lot like this today, and then they come back. So that's what's going on there. The 70 is out, like we said. Bummer for them. 43 is going again. So they had a little weird issues earlier. They got a flat tire. Then either they forgot to put the jack up or it didn't go up or something, and they got going, and it bent under the drive shaft, took the drive shaft out. They had to get the jack and take it off the truck. Then they had to change the drive shaft, and then they got going again. Now, they've made up a lot of time because, as you can see, they were quite a ways back earlier. They still are behind once we turn all the cars on. They're still behind a bunch of the spec trucks. So the 43 is in dust, going to be in dust really the rest of the race, try to pass these guys and make their way back up to the front. That is Paul Wheel in there driving the 43 also. So Paul is going to take it to about mile 305, and then Larry Rossler is going to get in at mile 305, is going to get in that truck. And then Toby Price will get in that truck a little bit later. So that's what's going on in those classes. If we look at Class 1, we're going to do a lot more class updates for you guys this hour. So Class 1, we got Cody Reed in front. And then we got Brad Wilson. Look, it's really close. This is good, great racing. We got Brad Wilson in second. Then we got the 127, the 121, and the 100 Kyle Quinn. So second through fourth is all bunched up right on top of each other here. And watch, if we turn these other cars back on, they're having to deal with some trophy trucks also. So they're having to deal with a couple slow trophy trucks getting through there and making their way up. But that's a look at your Class 1 cars right now. Now, we'll go look at Class 10 since they come up at the same time. So we have Stan Potter, the 1006 here. We got the 10002 here in second. The 1014, Bruce Yee is showing in third. And the 1044, Jason Shipman is showing in fourth. So that's a look at those things there. There's some more bunched up back here. But pretty good race in Class 10. I mean, look at that's the first guys right there, I think, right? I don't see another Class 10 car up here. Let's just double check. No, that's 100. Yeah, so first one is showing us Stan Potter with these three guys right on him. So really tight, close racing here in a lot of these classes early on in this race, which is pretty awesome to see. It makes it more exciting. Now the trophy truck spec class, our biggest class, we have 36 entries in it, massive entry. We have an update for you guys at race mile 175. So just a little bit before this tracker, it was 207. Mason Cullen was first. The 244 was 18 seconds behind him. So it looks like they've actually caught up to him almost because Mason's hasn't updated for a minute. So 207, then the 244 is the correct order. And then we had the 241 was behind them, which I don't see their tracker here. So they either, see, their tracker's not updating very well. So they were actually third on the road physical a little bit ago. So they might still be third. And then the 282 was next behind them, which is Brent Fox here. So the one to watch in this class that's not updating very well, looks like it's going to be the 241. And did it just update? It may have just updated. No, I don't see where it went. No, it's still there. So Stephen Beals, their tracker's not updating very well, but they were running third physical at mile 175, which was just 25 miles before where this tracker's at. So we'll keep an eye on them throughout the day today also. Let's see, 91. Let's see, what else are you guys saying? The Legends class. Yeah, the Legends class, it's up there. We kind of touched on them a little bit, but we'll touch on them again real quick. So here you go. Here's your Legends class updates. You got, it's pretty easy. There's only 4 of them up here. We got the 1L, that's Ricky Johnson driving, Gus Senior's truck right there. We got the 3L, that is Mark Post in there. That's the Riviera truck. So Mark is going to start. He's actually going to hand it off to Jerry Welchel, a late last-minute fill-in for Ed Herbst, who wasn't going to make it. So Ed Herbst is out for this race. Jerry Welchel is in. Mark Post is going to hand that truck to Jerry Welchel, somebody who has probably as many miles in that truck as Mark or anyone else is Jerry Welchel. So I don't think he needs any more test time or anything. He hasn't driven that truck since it's got the new Gibbs and the 6-speed transmission in there. So I bet you Jerry Welchel is really going to like that truck now. Then down here we got Clay Lawrence and David Payne. So that's a look at your Trophy Truck Legends class. Now let's go look at some of the UTV classes because they are starting to get more spread out. So UTV Open. This is going to be the bad boys class where you can do whatever you want pretty much, almost. So this is where all your Pro Rs are going to be in here. So Justin Lambert is showing in first on the tracker. Brandon Sims is showing as second. And then we got the Kristen Matlock car here. And let's see, through the actual order, I do have an order here because where's Lambert? Yeah, so it was Lambert, Heger, Kristen were the top 3. So I think that looks, let's see, where did Heger's car go? Brock Heger. So Brock Heger right here, he might have fallen back a little bit because that is a good update. So now it looks like it's Lambert, good update. Sims, second when they come back. All right, so we had Lambert, Sims, and Kristen look to be your top 3 right now. Really close battle. Look at that, right on top of each other. Have to zoom way in. Caden Wells, way up there. Caden. Then we got Wayne Matlock, and who's right under Wayne? Brock Heger, right on top of each other there. So we got top, was that 6 or 7 cars really close together. Then you got Caden McCachran behind them, Dylan Smoke here, Tyler Backus, and Kyle Ahrensberg. So this is look at that, what is that, top 10 cars right there, all within a few miles of each other in the Pro Open class. So really good racing going on. We got Roger Norman. Oh, no, it looks like he's at 0 miles an hour. That is not good. There's actually a lot of cars at 0 miles an hour right here. This may be a pit area or something here. Let's see, Caffro's going 35. Scanlon is at 0, and Rogers at 0 at the same spot. So that's kind of interesting. There is a road there you can see. That may be an access road into there, but I wouldn't think so. I think they'd be up here. So let's turn all the cars on and see if we got a bunch stuck there. One more popped up. So the 1957 is moving. So I'm not sure what's going on with Roger and Scanlon right there. That's kind of interesting that they're both at 0. Not a spot where I think you would have a pit right there. It's kind of interesting. All right, let's see. The other, the forced induction class. This is the turbo class. This is where you'll see a lot of your Can-Ams in this class. We have Jason Murray up front. We got Phil Blurton. Phil Blurton is driving one of the new Can-Ams. I believe he's the only new Can-Am Maverick R in this race. I could be wrong. If someone else entered one, it would be last minute or I didn't know about it. But Phil Blurton in a brand new car. Looking good so far. He's in second right now. Mark Burnett in third right there. Then we have Thomas Cantor in fourth. We got Matt Burrows fifth and Aaron Aguilar in sixth. So let's look at your forced induction class. Now, we also do have quite a few of the stock classes, stock UTVs. So this is Pro Stock UTV. It is NA and Turbo. It's both. So basically, you're going to see every kind of UTV in here. So we got Scott Sappington is showing as first, Antonio Mendez second. And when it updates again, let's see. Come on, there we go. All right, so yeah, Scott first, Antonio second. We got George is going to be third. Looks like Lucy Block. Okay, this is cool. This is a cool car right here. So this car is the Block family. It's Lucy and Leah and all them racing with Rodrigo and Pudia in a car that he just put together for the Blocks to do. This was in the works for a long time. I believe this was their plan was to actually race this race with Ken. So it's cool that they're still coming out here and they showed up and they're doing this race in a brand new car. So that is also a new Maverick R there. So there is 2. They're in the stock class, obviously, with theirs. Good to see them. Hopefully they have a good day. I think the running order for that was Lucy was going to drive the first third, basically. Rodrigo was going to drive the middle, and then Leah's going to get in and drive the last section. So that's the running order. That should be Lucy driving right there in that car. So cool to see that car out here. All right, so yep, so 2 new Can-Ams racing that we know of. And then there's a bunch more pro stock class back here. We got to go check on the bikes. Let's go check on our Ironman first. So the Sportsman, hang on, I'm trying to bring them up. Where are they? 27 of these guys, the pro Ironman, bike Ironman guys. All right, who's up front? Okay, we got a new, this is different than last time. We got Edgar's up front now, and then we got Wouter. Is it Wouter Jan? I always call Wouter Jan. He's in second. He was leading before. It looks like he dropped back 1 spot, and Edgar's now in front. So those 2 up front. And then we got Reed Christensen. Those 3 are kind of putting a gap on everyone else. Look, they almost have about a 50-mile gap on the next set of Ironmen. Right here, we got the 772, the 720, and the 785. Then you got 3 more here. So looking pretty good. There's only 1 that was out earlier, and it looks like all the rest of these guys are still going. So really good to see out of 27 that most of these guys are still moving along. So good to see about the Ironman there. Let's go look at the leaders. The leaders are way up here, so we got to scroll way up. They are to, what is this, Bay of LA almost? They're almost to Bay of, nope, not to Bay of LA. Bay of LA is up there. They're not to Bay of LA yet. They're almost to mile 700. So the 1X tracker, remember, is not working good today. The 1X has been in front all day, and I think they still are because we haven't heard that they aren't. If you guys know that they aren't, let us know. But the 3X is showing on here, probably in second still, and then the 7X is probably still in third. These guys, they don't really change positions a lot as long as they keep moving. It's really close, though, between these guys. It was literally 2 minutes between each. It was like 2 minutes between the 1 and the 3, and then 2 minutes between the 3 and the 7, almost all day, and it's been super consistent. And honestly, it looks like it is again, because look, they're updated at 669.8, and they're at 665.0. That's really about 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes on a fast section. So really good race going on with the lead bikes. The top 3, including the 1X, have pulled away from the 9X, Austin Eddy, and the rest of these guys down here. The 9X and the 13X have a pretty good race going on between them 2. So that'll be interesting to see there. So yeah, that's a look at your leaders there. We go back and let's see, let's turn on the trophy trucks only one more time. So this is, once again, Bryce Menzies is your leader. He is driving that car until around like 525 or something like that. That's where a lot of people are pitting, is at 525. It's a good pit area. So he's going to get out there, and then we're going to have Andy's going to get in there, and Andy's going to do the middle section, and then Tavo's going to get in and do the San Felipe section. And any of you guys that are familiar with Tavo, I would never bet against Tavo in the San Felipe section. That guy has won more San Felipe races than anyone in Trophy Truck, I believe. And he won 3 in a row at one time, which is pretty crazy. So if you want anybody in your car driving San Felipe, you're going to want Tavo in there. So pretty smart game plan by those guys. They just got to get Tavo the truck, and he'll do the rest in San Felipe. Luke McMillan is driving about half the race. He's going all the way to about 600-ish Vizcaíno area, where Rob McCachran Rob McCachran is driving all the way to Vizcaíno, where Luke McMillan is then going to get in the truck and take it to the finish. So 2 drivers on that team. Some guys went with 3, some went with 2. So Luke and Rob went with 2. Rob's doing the first half, basically. Luke's going to do the second half. Dan McMillan's truck, that is Josh Daniel in there right now. Josh is going to hand it off to Justin Lofton next at around mile 325. So he is almost to him. He's only got about less than 50 miles to go. And then Josh Daniel will get out of the truck, and Justin Lofton will get in the 23, and they will take it up to Dan, who will finish that thing, do the San Felipe section, and finish that thing. So once again, I think that's a really smart strategy on those guys. You know, they did their homework. These guys, they always do. All these top guys always do. It's a good game plan. Alan Impudia is going to see how far he can go. He's going to try to go pretty far. Then he's going to hand it off to his brother, Aaron Impudia, probably around mile 600-ish is where he's going to hand it off to Aaron. And then he's going to take it to Jack's red line, and he's going to do the last San Felipe section in the truck, is what the plan is for the 10. So cool to see all the different strategies out here. I didn't get the strategy for the 91, who's actually not Christopher Polvardi. It's the Ralph Holland team in there with Rick Johnson and a couple other people in that one. That's normally a trophy truck legend truck that they're now racing to use his number to get the starting spot. All right, so I think that's what we got going on for you guys. The 7 trucks. Oh, they want to see the 7 trucks real quick. Okay, let's go check on them. I think there is a few of them. One of our buddies, Randy, is racing in there. Randy Bluth with the old diesel. So let's go. All right, Class 7, Mike Schaefer is leading right now at mile 145. We got Dan Shamley, class champion for about 100 years, in second. Then we got Mario in third. We got 720. Randy Bluth is in fourth. He's still moving along in the diesel. He's got to keep it going. And then we got the 700F down there, and then a pack of them after that. So our buddy Randy's in fourth right now. Just got to keep it moving. All right, what else do you guys want to see real quick? We'll do a couple more. Class 5. There is a few Class 5s this race, right? They were complaining about their starting spot. So they got moved up a little bit. So when they load again, let's see. 523, Don Chase is first. In second, Eli Yee. Third, it looks like Mike Belk. In fourth, it is going to be Trey Hernquist at 0 miles an hour. That's not what you want to see. And then we have Brian here also at 0 miles an hour. Once again, not what you want to see. So there is 5 Class 5 cars this race, which is pretty cool. We haven't seen them in a little while. There is also a bunch of 16 cars at this race, which is, what are they, the Score Lights or something? I'm trying to find them here. Score Light. Where are they? 1-2-1600. There they are. Not Score Light. They're 1-2-1600. All right. Look at all these guys. We got 22 1600 cars this race. We got a good battle at the front. The 1625 and the 1610 right on top of each other, putting a little gap on the rest of these guys. 1603, 1628, 1679, 1650, and 1685 all coming along there behind them. But look at that. That's a bunch of angry little 1600 motors screaming up the beach right here. So that'll be fun to watch this battle. These guys are usually all really close together because, once again, it's a spec motor class. And yes, we will finally check on Class 11, as we always do at the end of our updates, now that they've gotten out of town a bit. All right, we have the 1105 Oliver. Flamete just is kicking butt. Look at them. They got a little gap, pretty good gap going over Eric Brandt here. That's the Baja Jerky car. So the Baja Jerky car is in second place behind Oliver. And then look at this. We got a whole swarm of them here down together. We got 1150, 1104, 1111, 1100, 1121. They're all moving. Did you see that? Look at, even Mario's moving over here. So very good news. They have 50 hours over 2 days to make it to the finish line. And all we want is at least one of these guys to make it, right? They got to at least one make it. They do get to cut out a lot of the course, which is kind of, this whole section right here, you're going to see, I think they're going to go up over here to miss this whole section. So that could be kind of interesting. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But as long as an 11 car makes it to the finish, we're all good to go. Can we see the Ford performance? Sure. Yeah, they're racing. The stock full's racing somebody. Let's see if they come on here. The other car's not racing anybody in their class, which is a bummer. So we got the, is this a Lexus here, I think, the 8188. And then we got 8152, Lauren Healy, driver of record. This is the Ford. I believe that's going to be the Raptor, right, in the full size. And then the Bronco's probably in the mid size. So that's the Ford right there. They're still moving. Lauren Healy entry. The stock mid-size Brad Lovell entry is right there with them. So you can see the 766. They're the only one in their class, so they just have to finish. And they could say they won, I guess. But whatever. They're racing the Baja 1000, so that's cool. So they'll do that. And then Class 5 1600, there's 3 of them, and there you go. 572 is first, 558 is second, and 598 is next. All right, well, that's it for now. Go tune in to the score feed. You can see here's the score feed. When I go back to live, they got on their YouTube. Go to the Score YouTube and watch this. It's pretty cool. They got all the different cameras on there, switching throughout the different teams. Baja Vita has one. Here's the Baja Vita team. So if you just want to follow the 43 truck, this is them live right here. Go over to the Baja Vita YouTube, and you can watch them all day. The Terrible Herps team, you can see right here. They also have a live. They're live right now. So this is awesome. Everybody's getting this live stuff thanks to Starlink. Terrible Herps has live cameras that, as you can see, in all their different cars. That says EJ Herbst, so that's cool. He got going again because remember he was rolled over earlier. So they are going. And then also we have Travis Williams that's working off and on. His isn't working too good today. Then we have Kyle Ahrensberg. They put their camera on upside down, so you get to watch them like this. So you can turn your monitor upside down, and then you can watch Kyle Ahrensberg in that Pro R Vision Canopy Pro R race, which is cool. His rear view camera is correct, but the forward one is that. Rodrigo's isn't working. Maybe that one in the block car will start working later. So that's it for now. And come back at, that was almost a half an hour update for you guys. That was a long one. So come back at 1 o'clock with your next update here on Fishgistics. See you guys in just a little bit.